Welcome to the stream. Dare I say, maybe, potentially, perhaps, the penultimate stream of the main story of Fata Morgana. I'm hedging my bets and saying maybe, possibly. I don't exactly know. Based off information I was given, like, I feel like, maybe, like, 3 weeks ago. So it's like some napkin math. Some table, some mental math, napkin math. Penultimate for those maybe not in the know. That's the second to last. The plan is, as I've been saying, we stream this tonight. We stream this Friday night, and if we don't finish Friday night, then Sunday will be our day where we just go until we finish the main story. Also, programming note, didn't end up streaming last night. Originally, I thought I was going to do Big Walk with Friends off stream Wednesday, so tomorrow, but that actually got, because of everyone's schedules, got moved to Monday, so I didn't stream last night, which means I probably will be streaming tomorrow night. Or day and not night? I don't know yet. There's a chance. Chance for anything. But yeah, Fata Morgana tonight. We'll figure out what we're doing tomorrow when tomorrow rolls around. Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana. Crazy to think. At least main story-wise. I know there's extracurriculars afterwards, but for the main story, potentially, second to last stream. Big happenings last stream. That will recap. That will hit here. Gather my thoughts. Oh yeah, we were on the second page, aren't we? Was today, or was last stream the first time we broke into page 2? Yeah, it is. Okay, so last stream, which was we read on Saturday, didn't we? First thing Saturday. So not even Friday. I can't even say last Friday. It was out of the norm Saturday. We rejoined the middle of the story with the assassin slash blade man slash Yukimasa guy. We cut off awkwardly because of timing, and I apologize for that. His story, his recounting of his dealings with Morgana, the witch, the alleged witch, the unfortunate girl, I like to call her. I don't want to call someone a witch. That seems mean. But yeah, assassin, blade man, Yukimasa guy. We're in the middle of his backstories throughout this whole game, but his recounting of his bad deeds against Morgana, basically. He makes a clear distinction at this point where we first began. There was a lot of talk between him and the nun. And they were kind of like flirting a bit, but she was more heavily flirting with him, and he was kind of just trying to like feel her out in a sense, not literally, obviously. Come on, get your mind out of the gutter. But that the nun says to like his face that she is into him, like really into him, like point blank. She basically says that, and then he doesn't say it right back to her, or I think he kind of like. If I'm remembering correctly, he's like, oh yeah, I like you too, in a way. I mean, he didn't say it like that. But, like, basically, he isn't into her like that. He says during his monologue kind of thing that he realizes at that point that all this affection she is showing him, he doesn't actually feel that exact way towards her. At least that's what he's explaining to us. But he realizes that she has the power to be his tether with like, even just her smile and charm. Her charm powers, which pacifies him, and it makes him feel not like a beast, and he makes it so that he doesn't want to kill, is what he says. So he's like, I don't feel for her like she is expressing to me, like I do, that she does to me. Like, I don't feel that same way. I don't reciprocate that, but I feel that she is a lovely person, and for some reason I feel some sort of way towards her, to the point where seeing her smile and shit and be happy and nice and pay attention to me makes me not want to kill people, which is kind of crazy. I was thinking about this since the last stream. It could be genuinely that he doesn't like her like that, but I thought maybe there's a small chance that maybe he just doesn't know how to express feelings for another person because of his upbringing, because of his lifestyle, because of the way he lives his life. Like, there's a small chance, I thought, since last stream, like I said, that, like, maybe he just doesn't know how to express himself. And so, like, when someone says, oh, I'm, like, really like you, I really, really, really like you, and you're like, I've never had, like, these kinds of, like, complicated feelings, and I'm kind of, like, a complicated person, and I don't know how to, like, internalize these feelings. It could be that he's kind of just like, maybe I don't like her like that, but he admits that he feels something to the point where it makes him not want to be a madman. So there's at least that. Maybe he just doesn't know how to express his feelings, but who knows? I'm sure the fandom ships or does not ship them, thinks they're a great relationship or thinks they're bad pairing, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'll figure it out once we're done with everything. Then, basically, the Lord summons him after this. The Lord summons him, basically gets him to go kidnap Morgana, ropes Mel into it, because he tried to go see Morgana first, and she was just not opening his door, and he's like, well, if I get the kid to do it, then I can do it easily, and I won't feel as bad, probably, and we're roping Mel into it. And at that point, it's a story we are very familiar with at that point. So, like, we've got it recounted now many times. He finishes the story and asks Mikhail to fill him in with the story of himself, Yukimasa, in another life. And Mikhail's like, it's gonna be kind of grim. And Yukimasa, nameless guy, is like, no, I want to know what I was like in this apparent other life that you've seen me in. Fades to black, I'm pretty sure. They recaps the story. And then around that time, Mikhail has like another trippy like Shadow Realm moment where he sees like young Morgana get sold off, and then like a scene where she's like a kid yelling back at the Lord and telling him off, and that she got like sold to and stuff. So there was that. Then Mikhail goes and talks to Maria the whore. Remember, she has this necklace thing. I think she does get the necklace that she then gives to me, it was supposed to be a necklace that the Lord guy was supposed to give to Morgana at some point, because they apparently have some history. And it's at this point, I think, that Mikhail / Michael / Michelle / whatever you want to call him, has like a brain blast moment. But at the time, we're like, what's he thinking? Like, oh, it's a... And like, I think us as the reader can kind of like start piecing it together at this point. Because they were talking about like the uprising, the revolt, and then like the Lord ship changing and all this stuff and whatever. Then Mikhail and Mel, and the nameless killer guy, all corner the Lord guy. They like basically trio corner him in like their room or whatever. And at this point, Lord feels backed up into a corner guy, and he is not willing to give up to us. He's like, I'm not fucking around. I'm not gonna be here. Like, I'm not telling you shit. Don't ask me. So quit asking, kind of thing. And then there's like some fisticuffs or something, and then they all get sucked into like another black hole realm shadowverse thing. I don't know what the fuck is happening. And then Jacopo's story is told, and I want to make a point that only recently did I think that maybe it's not pronounced Jacopo. I only thought about this. Also, another thing thinking since last stream, it might be like a soft J. It might have supposed to have been Jacopo or something like that, just based on names maybe. I could be wrong about that, but just putting it out there that if I've been saying his name wrong this whole time, there's that. It might be Jacopo. I don't know. But basically, his story is told. because and I think presentation wise, because the situation is different, like he wasn't willingly giving us this information. They as like a slightly, I think they did this intentionally, but the way they presented the story to us was different, and I think that's because it wasn't him, like Mel and Yuki Masagai, willingly giving us this backstory. It was more like we were sucking the story out of him, basically. Like, he was not wanting to give up this information. So, like, they presented it in the game, interestingly enough, a different way than the other two. Maybe to just kind of shake it up, but it was, like, just big, you know, blocks of text or whatever. It was just presented differently. So then, super long story short, and I'm gonna condense, like, this, because, like, it's a long story, but, like, this Jacopo guy is the guy who helped Morgana way back when, and then he revolted, overthrew the last lord to help people. Then he did the whole Morgana thing to help, he thought. He did have feelings for her back then. Maria was also there doing her thing at points. I'm basically summarizing that part of that story very quickly, because it is what it is. At this point, the brain blast comes to fruition, where it's like, okay, this is the guy. Basically, it all ties up. It's all a big circle, where Jacopo guy is the one Morgana knew at the time, who brought her to the brothel, basically. We get the story about, like, oh, it was Morgana's birthday, and it was supposed to be a nice day, and he was going to express feelings for her, and yada yada. And Maria is got a dirty mouth, and, you know, all these different things going on. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, there was, like, some weird random lady showed up at some point, and she was like, you gotta reclaim your position thing, because you're my son, and you have the blood of me, who has the blood of whatever. And Jacopo was like, at different points, like, waffling. He's like, maybe I do deserve this, but he's also like, I don't believe this. And then at some point, he really cornered this random ass lady, and he's like, you're just lying, right? You're just doing this to benefit, like, yourself or whatever. And she's like, I don't even think she admits it, or maybe she does, but she basically admits it without outright admitting it. And she's like, oh, I just thought that this would make sense, and you deserve to do the thing, and you did the revolt, and yada yada yada. Whatever the plan. Fucking whatever. Lady, random ass lady. I don't even know. So, unlike Mel, who was, like, pressured by Yuki Masagai, and Yuki Masagai was being pressured by the Lord to go against the Morgana and do these bad deeds to Morgana, Jacopo is, like, pressured by society, or, like, the want to improve the lives of the people and the city, village, whatever, to make lives better after his revolution and revolt thing. So, like, we see, originally, allegedly, this was all, he thought he was doing the good thing, not because he was being pressured by a higher count, you know, a person in a stronger position to then pressure it. It was more like, he was like, oh, I'm doing the best thing here with what I can with my resources, and I can't let everyone else down because of all this work that we've done leading up to this, basically. And she never comes back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, like, at the time, I thought, like, this lady was gonna have a bigger important thing, or, like, she was gonna be, like, come back or something. But from a storytelling point, like, I don't know why that lady, I mean, I guess she just served as a reason to, like, push him into, I guess if you want to assign someone who was putting the pressure onto him to do something, it might have been her, but it's very weak pressure, honestly. She was just like, she was just like, oh, you should do this thing. And he's like, yeah, I maybe should do this thing, but I don't trust you at all. And she's like, don't trust me at all, but you should do the thing. Like, I don't know what, I thought she was going to come back important in the story, or be, like, revealed to something, or maybe she still has the opportunity. But yeah, her involvement was weird. I thought that was, like, really weird looking back on it, because I think about what we read, like, the next day or so, like, afterwards. I try to, like, recap in my mind. I'm like, that's really weird that all this happened, but I expect her to turn on him later to push him to close off. Yeah. I don't know what that character's deal was. We didn't even get, like, a name. She just was there. She just took up space. We just needed a random person to be mysterious, I guess. Like I said, the best, I guess, is that she was there to, like I said, push him into giving him another reason to go hard in the paint like he did, kind of thing, I guess, but, or give him a push or a nudge in the direction of wanting to do what he did, but like I said, it's a very weak nudge, in my opinion. So yeah, like I said, I made that long story short that he did because it was a lot of just like him just talking about how he had feelings for Morgana back then, and it's just whatever. It was pretty light on like heavy stuff, honestly. So that was his story. Basically, we get the keys because we, as Mikkel, explained to him, hey, this is Morgana. You did this to Morgana, and you were supposed to be with Morgana, and you liked Morgana, and you were gonna be, and you helped her this one. And then he's like, you know what? Here's the third key. Let's go to the watchtower. Morgana's down. Everyone feels guilty. We pick her up. We start, like, we're getting all sad. We're like, shit, Morgana, she didn't survive. And we pick her up. And we start saying some things to her, and I think we're gonna go, like, lay her to rest, basically, is what that is. Now, we're apparently gonna go do that here. Also, the status of Giselle is still up in the air. That is still not resolved. That's been the last, like, 1 or 2 streams here where Giselle has just been gone. So, I assume that's gonna resolve here shortly, because, like, what the hell is happening with that whole thing? Place your bets. Maybe you have some feelings. Maybe you have some thoughts about what that's gonna already be. But yeah, that's the recap. Let's load in. Like I said, I think this is I have reason to believe that this will be I don't think we're finishing tonight, but I think this would be like the second to last main story stream, is my honest to goodness bet. He places a hand on the large door, then takes a step forward. The door lets out a heavy groan, and moonlight slips through the widening crack. It's all over now. I did it. I changed the past. Did you, though? Did you? Did you? Maybe they did. You know, I was skeptical about the whole actually rewriting history thing, but... What? What the hell? What I see beyond the door is not the nighttime courtyard. The sun hangs high in the sky, shining down on the blood-soaked grass. Why? What's going on? Dude, that would be so funny if after all of this work, they just somehow make everything like a million times worse somehow, and then the story just ends, and we don't get like a happy ending. Like all this work, and it somehow like ricochets back into like a worse history or timeline or something. And then it just says the end. That's when I notice the weight of Morgana's body is gone from my arms. And then, out in the courtyard, Mel? Nellie? I see a flaxen-haired girl vomit blood and fall to the ground. A young man kneels over her and takes his own life. This is what I was saying. I don't think it was possible to actually rewrite history. I don't know. Maybe this is just a vision. I don't know. I'm jumping to conclusions. No. There are dead and dying townsfolk all around the nun. The swordsman is skewered as he scrambles to reach her, and at the door just to my back. Jacopo? Or Jacopo? Who knows? The Lord lies unmoving, slumped against the wooden frame in a pool of blood. How can this be? We were all just talking, not a minute ago. How the hell did we go from that to this? Why? Why, damn it? I changed the past, did I not? I steered them away from this outcome. I changed. Oh. Oh. That's what this is? On a very technical term, like our technical way, Like, them didn't... I don't know. I won't say anything. I'll keep something to myself right now. Okay, as much as I don't want to believe it, it makes sense. The sense that something wasn't quite right I've been feeling ever since I got here. The darkness that swelled up when I touched the necklace. I was never in the past at all. This isn't the real world. It's the realm of the dead. The same domain in which the cursed mansion resides. Which is why, when I arrived here, something felt off, because death filled the air. Somewhere deep down, I could sense a similarity between here and the mansion, that gathering place of departed souls. It was never possible for me to travel back in time, to exist and interact with the real past. I was able to summon the darkness because this isn't the real world, merely a reconstruction, a projection of their souls' memories. It was all set in stone long ago. None of the time I spent with any of them was real. Every emotional moment I thought I shared with them was all an illusion. None of my conversations, none of the smiles I managed to get out of them were real. I was never there. I was never present in the past with them. Currently sometime after all that. Sometime beyond the era Morgana lived. Beyond the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries, what I spoke of as their next lives was actually their past lives. All three tragedies are history. Immutable, irreversible history. There's nothing to change anymore. What then did I fight so hard to achieve? What did I accomplish by warning them of their next lives, by convincing them to endeavor to take different paths? Nothing? Was it all for nothing? I go limp at the sight of it all, dropping to my knees and sending ripples through the sea of blood. Morgana, the girl who called me an angel and asked me to deliver unto her father, is still chained up inside the tower. What did I accomplish? What purpose did anything I do serve? Was it all just a big damn waste of time? But my cries go unanswered, simply fading into the dead air. Giselle, who kept me going for so much of this ordeal, is still silent. No, I did accomplish something. It wasn't a waste of time. Everything I did, it wasn't for nothing. I may not have changed the past, and I may not have stopped their tragedies, but I achieved something. I uncovered their stories. I learned the truth of everyone's involvement. Can't take that away from me. I know you're out there, Morgana. I know you've been watching this whole time. You know the truth now. I accomplished that much. That has to change how you see them, at least a little. If the present Morgana has a change of heart, decides to let go of her hatred, then that should cause the cursed mansion to disappear. Set their souls free. Take that leap of faith. That, what I've done, is enough. And make my way back, believing there's a future for them beyond their tragedies. I'm coming back, Morgana. I'm returning to that house. To that world of blackness, seething with hatred. To my present. I'm going to try this once more. An honest attempt to really see you. To face you, Morgana. I'll be there as soon as I can. Kneeling in a puddle of blood, I turn my gaze toward the heavens. The searing sunlight is slowly eroded by darkness, and my body, mind, and soul follow soon after. The bloody, corpse-riddled courtyard dissolves. And I find myself once more in an utterly lightless void. I clench my teeth as hard as I can manage, squeeze my eyes as tight as I can, because that's the only way I can keep the screams back, the tears from spilling down my cheeks. White. Oh. Michael. Open your eyes, Michael, Michelle. Come to me. Oh. Hello? Hello? What? We meet at last. What? Why is the white-haired girl here? Never mind that. Where am I? I was trying to get back to the mansion. How did I end up here? Do you know who I am? Of course I do. How could I not know who you are? Splendid. But what are you doing here? Why is there a sword in your hands? What the fuck is going on? And why can I not speak? I was able to return to this gathering place of souls thanks to your efforts. Your uncovering of the truth of those events that transpired so many years ago allowed me to remember everything I had forgotten. To remember who I am. Remember who you are? You mean that you're a part of Morgana? My apologies. Bringing your soul here without any preparation has left you in a bit of a nebulous state. But my heart told me I had to do this now. Though you have no voice, I can feel your presence quite clearly. Oh, Michel, namesake of the great Archangel Michael, and man of tremendous virtue, I have brought you here to ask for your assistance. I pray you will be able to help me. My request for you is simple. Take this blade, and with it, extinguish my soul. What are you? Extinguish your soul? I realize that it's cruel for me to ask this of you, and for that, I deeply apologize. But I want it to be you who sends me off. Could you grant this girl her selfish request? It's not why I sought the truth. Not because I wanted to see anyone extinguished, but because I wanted to set everyone free from the mansion's cursed bonds. Because I wanted to put an end to the cycle of pain and suffering. Because I wanted to save every last person caught in this tragic quagmire. That includes you. And you're asking me to eradicate your soul? I must be destroyed. You can't tell me that after everything you've seen. You haven't realized that I have no place in their lives. While it's true Morgana wished for misfortune to befall them, if I hadn't been there, none of their tragedies would have taken place. If I hadn't been there, the flaxen-haired girl would have been able to let go of her yearning for her brother. If I hadn't been there, the shipwrecked merchant's lover would not have lost her place as his tether. If I hadn't been there, the ambitious businessman would not have been betrayed by his close friend. Why are you acting like it's all your fault? Are you trying to say everyone would be better off without you? Why are you victim blaming yourself? I was not a victim in the tragedies. I am culpable for them. Culpable? Like hell you were. I saw everything from start to finish. You didn't intend for anything bad to befall anyone. You always acted out of the good of your heart. And you're trying to tell me that makes you culpable? What do you say we answer one last lingering question, Mikhail? The question of what I am. The explanation might be a bit lengthy, but I would like to share it with you before I depart. I was, as you ascertained, created by Morgana's mind as it broke down in that tower. I was born to be a receptacle for her pain, to ease her suffering. But there's more to the story than that, Mikhail. Upon her death, Morgana's soul was afflicted with great pain resulting from the hatred and resentment she bore. The fact that she viewed herself as a saint only served to amplify that agony. Her identity as a saint gave her purpose in life, while simultaneously constraining her. A saint must put herself second to all others. She must be caring, generous, forgiving, and she must not bear any ill will for anyone. That was not how she felt deep down, though. She was not a saint out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to hate them, but her identity would not allow her. Those two conflicting aspects of herself tore Morgana apart. She was unable to withstand it, so she took all of her saintly characteristics and gave them to me, caring for others, putting herself second, being forgiving. And then she severed that part of her soul. Oh, it's just like in Kingdom Hearts, when the darkness was ripped out of Ventus and created Vanitas, and then Ventus was meant to die, but then he lived, and so then he's just the light. So that's why you always seemed so abnormally pure-hearted. I was no longer a part of Morgana, but something entirely separate. However, I wasn't me yet either. When you came to the mansion and resurrected Morgana, you resurrected me as well. But I had no self at first. I was, I suppose, not much different than the particles of dust floating around the mansion. But eventually, that dust gained a sense of self, taking form as a human soul, and descended into the realm of man and the fate which governs it. What do you think the first thing a new soul wishes for when it is born, Mikhail? To live. I wished for a continued existence in this world, in a world where I was never meant to exist. I refused to accept that there's anything wrong with wanting to live. I was supposed to remain within Morgana as a part of her. I was never meant to be a soul of my own. To become one was to turn against the laws of the universe. I wished to live, and Morgana wished to curse the three men's souls that we sought after completely separate things, because we were once two parts of a whole. Each of our wishes were shaped by the others. In order for an incomplete soul like mine to survive, it needs something to bind itself to the world, something strong enough to prevent the universe from correcting the anomaly. And so the wish of that anomaly gave birth to yet another anomaly, a house that sat outside the currents of time, one that could descend into the mortal realm at various times and places, and it was that house that served as a tether for my soul. You mean it wasn't Morgana's power that created the mansion, but your own wish? And why did it have to be that house that bound me to the world? Because that was where she lingered, the girl from which I was formed, which meant that my wish had the consequence of granting Morgana's with it. The house, having attained perpetuity, served as a place for those reconstructed by Morgana's curse to return to. Furthermore, my connection with her had another consequence. I was the one most affected by her wish. As much as I may have wanted to do good, for them to be happy, my fate was dictated by her wish. In that position, my merely showing affection for anyone was damnable. Falling in love was an act of villainy. My very presence malevolent. Don't say that. I was the true witch, the true demon child. Stop talking, please. It should never have been possible for me to have a life at all. Please stop. The universe must be returned to its proper state, Mikhail. Don't talk about yourself like that. I must be erased and Morgana's soul restored to its original form. But why? I do not belong here. I never belonged here. What's so wrong with wanting to live? The defect must be repaired. You're not a defect. Damn it. Why can't I be able to get a word in now at least? The restoration will not be instantaneous. It took many, many years for me to be formed, and it'll take as long, if not longer, for the process to be reversed. But her soul will eventually return to its proper state, and perhaps, when her soul is restored, Morgana won't be a human. Perhaps she will be a butterfly resting upon the lip of a flower. Perhaps she will be that flower. Perhaps she will be the breeze in which that flower sways. But whatever form she takes, it'll be her, whole and complete. With me gone, no more tragedy should take place. So please, take this sword and extinguish me. Put an end to this cycle of misery. I want you to be the one who does it. Please. Kill me. It's gonna make me... I was about to say, if it's a true choice, that's a trap. That's the biggest trap I'd ever seen laid. I'm not falling for that. But it seems I have one choice. That I can't. You're asking too much of me. Yes, I want to save Morgana's soul. But do you really have to die for that to happen? Is there just not some other way? Won't you do this for me? I cannot. I could never take that sword. I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you, but I want it to be you. As selfish a request as it may be, I want the curtain drawn on this earsat's life. Earsat. What a word. By the man I admired so deeply. You admired me? Let's talk a little about that admiration, shall we? And where I got my physical appearance. This goes back to when I was mere particulate matter drifting about the house. While I still had no mind of my own at that point, I witnessed everything that took place within the house. And in the moment of your death, Mikhail, was I born. You saw my death? Your actions that day appeared to me as the very definition of selfless and honorable. Your life bore many similarities with Morgana's. You were both abused, imprisoned, called a witch, but while Morgana sought vengeance, you watched your own mother burn your crucified body, and you wished for release rather than revenge. There's nothing honorable about that. I had just lost all hope for myself. I expect you'll disagree with me, say that it was a sign of your weakness, but that was not how I interpreted it. Self-sacrifice being one of the core characteristics Morgana gave to me, I was deeply moved. You didn't curse those who had wronged you in life. You chose your own destruction, and I admired that strength of spirit. That admiration helped to shape my wish, to determine the form I would take, the name I would have. That's why, whenever I gained a physical body, it was modeled after yours, with snow-white hair and ruby-red eyes. Why my name was always Michelle, after the same angel from whom you took yours. I'm in no way worthy of anyone's admiration. My admiration caused both you and the woman you love a great deal of pain, and for that, I apologize. But it also shows just how much I wanted to be like you. I would ask for you, if you would be so kind, to consider this a great favor for a starry-eyed little girl. A girl who quite literally idolized you idolized you to her very soul. I couldn't ask for a greater honor. How can you tell me that? Than to be erased from the world by you, my idol, and then ask me to kill you. Please, Mikhail, be the one to send me off. There's no way in hell he would. After all this, and everything we know, no, I can't do it. Oh yeah, I gotta always press down and then. No matter how many times you ask, I can't kill someone who's told me they wanted to live. I know what it's like to wish for life. I don't know if you've realized it yet, Mikhail, but this is the first time we've actually met. The story of the fourth door was Morgana's creation, which means that until now we've never been in the same place while both aware of the other's presence. As far as you should be concerned, I'm a complete stranger, yet still you hesitate. I'm glad that you're reluctant, but you've shown me enough sympathy. I don't consider you a stranger at all. Indeed, this is the first time we formally met, but I've watched you go through so much. I've seen you live 3 different lives. I've seen the impact you had on the people behind all 3 of those doors. You are in no way a stranger. With my erasure, Morgana's soul will eventually become whole again. Her curse, and the eternal cycle of agony it brings, will be no more. When I am gone, everything will return to its rightful place. I implore you to not hesitate any longer. Are there really no other options? Is killing you really the only way to make things right? To release everyone from this curse? I'm delighted to have finally been able to meet you, the man after whom I modeled myself. I am incapable of taking my own life, Mikhail. God's teachings prohibit it, and as such, my identity as a saint prevents me from doing so. No, I don't want you to commit suicide. I want to find some way for you to live, to remain a part of this world. I know that by asking this of you, I'm causing you great heartache, and for that, I offer you my sincerest apologies. But so long as I continue to exist in this world, Morgana can never truly have redemption. Tell me, who is it you've been fighting so hard to save? That doesn't mean that I didn't want to save you too. I believed I could save everyone summoned to the mansion, that no one would have to suffer anymore, that there would be no more tragedies. Mikhail, take the sword, please. How many times do I have to tell you? Worry not, Mikhail. Doing this will allow you to save everyone. You'll cast off the darkness inhabiting the house, set all its prisoners free, give Morgana her salvation. Not like it means much, but if I was zapped into the role of Mikhail right now, and I was being like, I was being handed the sword, and it's like, kill me. This strange thing is happening. Kill me after all this that you've gone through. Kill me, and for sure everything will be solved and resolved. I'd be like, I don't trust this at all. Either I'm being lied to, or this is gonna be like a monkey's paw type situation, and I'm gonna there's gonna be some bad drawback to everything. I would go with the inaction option. And give me mine as well. Extinguishing my soul will be my salvation. I've had a full, satisfying life, even if every moment of it was rooted in iniquity. I had well beyond my share of happiness. I don't need any more. O Mikhail, namesake of the great Archangel Michael, and man of tremendous virtue, I ask of you to please draw this cycle of misfortune to an end, to take this blade and deliver everyone from their fates. It must be you, Mikhail. You must be the one to do this. You can't make me. Oh, no, 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 no! No, 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 no. He's weakening. His resolve is weakening. If I just don't pick it, if I just never select the option, it'll never happen. It just will never happen. Thank you, Mikhail, for having the strength to do what must be done. And I apologize for putting you in such a difficult position. You know what would be a power move right now? Turn the blade on yourself and stab yourself. Bet you didn't calculate that one as a possibility, huh? Once my soul has been erased, I will be gone from this world forever. I will not return, not in this or any other form. I feel no woe in that knowledge, though. I welcome my destruction with the utmost of joy. However, if it wouldn't be too much to ask, for you to keep just a little bit of me in a corner of your soul, Mikhail, to remember me, to remember the life I lived, that would make it all worthwhile. Thank you, Mikhail. You may very well be a genuine. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't miss a word or something there. The whiteness surrounding me evaporates, and I find myself back in the observation tower. I can still feel in my hand the impact of the sword piercing her breast. Damn it. Why? Why couldn't there have been some other way? Erasing my soul is not salvation. God damn it all. She deserved better. So much better than that. No. Now is not the time to grieve. There's work to be done. A girl to whom I must offer the chance for salvation. I mustn't cry over the white-haired girl's death now. There are things I need to take care of first. Morgana? Morgana stands there, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me. What exactly was all that about? Come on, say something. Answer me. Morgana? How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't... There were two different lords. The one at the estate and the one who locked you in the tower. How? What was he doing there? That's not... I didn't... The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who threw the blood sabbats. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? That's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second. You were in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume everything you saw in that state of mind to be true. Why? Just why? It only makes it that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? He said he would show me the world. I cried for him. And he turns out to be the one pulling the strings? You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstandings that went unresolved, that should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible, as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he had told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then. You can sympathize with that monster? In what way? He loved you. Sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from a girl he cared so dearly about, to be mistaken for someone else entirely, I can understand how that would have hurt. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. Like I said before you started all this, Doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? It's creepy when put the hand down, okay? Put the skelly hand away. Does it make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if he had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? Doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fiber of my being. It's time to let go, Morgana. I met with the white-haired girl. I know her true nature. That's not me. You're right. I cannot definitively say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else, in every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all? You've cursed yourself along with everyone else. You brought ruin to a life of your own creation, numerous times. You murdered yourself. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana? I take a step toward her, and she steps back, quietly maintaining our distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says, "Stay back. You, stay away from me. You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you." I said, stay back, you. I bet you think this is hilarious, that I'm blind and a fool. Morgana? Yes, good on you, my dear. You've revealed my big secret, that I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death, discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. Laughing like I knew nothing, cursing the entirely wrong man. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite the laughing stock. I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I empathize with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We are both yoked with unimaginable misfortune. Yoked with? I love that. Lived our lives in lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain. That boat has long since sailed. You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come to much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in real life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away. So, I'd like to make up for that now. I approach Morgana, hands stretched out toward her. She stands there, bewildered as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in. Not for my own comfort, as I had so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity for a sad pile of bones. I embrace her, and all the pain and loneliness she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as a skeleton all those many years ago. She, like me, lost so much in life, but unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's all right, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in her creations. Knowing the inseverable link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all this suffering together. It's going to be okay. What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you? No reminders necessary. You did quite a number on me indeed. Then do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me? You didn't do what you did out of a particular grudge against me. Of that much, I was always certain. So I hold nothing against you. I bear no ill will. Nor, I'm certain, does Giselle. You're much too forgiving. I imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will toward one of our kind. Shared trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me. The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet, I think I hear a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, putting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averts her eyes, but doesn't knock my hands away as I reach them into her hood, gently setting them against her cheeks. I run my fingers across the exposed flesh, then slowly pull back the hood covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden. Alright, chill. I didn't think you were the flattering type. Oh shit, did you see that? The witch Morgana the witch title got dropped. She's just Morgana now. Massive. I assure you, I'm not. Go on, touch your cheeks. Whoa! She's been healed. Both physically and not physically. It's a sign. Metaphorically, that's the word I was looking for. God damn it. Physically and metaphorically. Yeah. Now this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had had a less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl. We look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me. But she was also once a part of you. The last thing I want is to be like her in any way. And why is that? Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although, in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure she was you, which made it all the more frustrating. Why would her being me bother you so much? Because that wasn't you. You're aggressive, you yell, you fight. Is that how she saw me? How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course, now I know that it wasn't you, so... You were that sure it was me, despite thinking we were nothing alike? Apparently so. Hold on a second. Why would that bother you? I'll let you figure that one out. It's not important. So, you've got my attention. What are you planning to do now? To leave the mansion with you. To set everyone free and break the curse. Setting them free will set you free as well. So you want me to release their souls? Exactly. Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But, you're right. This has gone on long enough. Morgana, I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore, and it's all your fault. So sure, I'll release their souls. So glad to hear it. However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own. That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll go see them together. You get to be my guide this time then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle. That I do. Even if it means taking this hand. Okay, put that hand down. You know what? Other hand. You honestly think I have any reservations about that? God, I swear. You really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear, to where their souls wait. Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We cross through the living room, making our way to the back garden door. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers. Mikkel, what am I supposed to say to them? If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. So if you would, try to hear them out. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Let's go then, I suppose. A hollow breeze brushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana? It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Mikkel? You forgive me for what I did, Morgana? No, I don't. All this means is I'm done cursing you. Either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. What's done is done. I guess, still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did. I know now why you did what you did, why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as a girl you actually sold out. Those are words you'll never hear from my lips. Fair enough. Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that? Huh? I presume you're now able to recall everything. Both your first life and the second one I subjected you to when the house was called Rose Manor? Yeah. What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me. The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless. The white-haired girl was a spark that set her off, though, and it was because of me that she ended up at that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined, and in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate. Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right for me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt either, if only I had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Mikkel here, huh? Not if you're me and I choose to say the names differently. It's like a big brain, unintentional big brain move. How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe? Creativity is not your strong suit, is it? She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. That's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you've made your feelings quite clear. Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything. I am going to free your soul from the bonds of the cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place. Okay, but before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say to you, Kel. To me? It was a little hazy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, guess this is goodbye. Farewell. Farewell, Mel. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things. That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret's so overwhelming you don't want to believe you could do something so awful. That some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology. Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits. To the next. To the apparently very tall man. But that tallness never really came across as through the visual novel until they said that he was like a tall guy. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet, the air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood, just darkness reaching ever downward. I'm gonna have to ask you to go in first this time. I don't mind, but why? I'd rather not be skewered. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack. I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you, so you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong. Ah, so that's where I am to her. We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain. You don't have to remind me. I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If you were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There'd be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind. I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him. If you say so, then off we go. Immediately goes in there. Game over. I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter, and as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember. It's back to normal. I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl. No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. White hair, red eyes. They even have almost the same name. I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable. He's not even half the man you think he is. Was that really necessary, Morgana? He is a man. He's indisputably a man, no matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here? We're here to free your soul. You're forgiving me? Absolutely not. However, decide there's no point in punishing you any further. I see. You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I've ever encountered. I can hardly argue with that. Should you so desire, I can eradicate you. Morgana? Let me finish, Mikkel. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others. You're right, and that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me, and I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear. As you wish, then I will release your soul. Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer. Suppose it's worth trying. Do your best. I will. Farewell, Yukimasa. Till our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, Morgana. He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain. Morgana. It's strange. Setting them free, I both feel like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all. Perhaps, by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself. But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up to now? The first step toward moving on. Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you? Your brother who made a mockery of you? Your eldest brother who took your life? Your mother, so unwilling to accept you, she burned you at the stake? The villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch? Your father who raped the woman you love? Could you forgive them? If they were willing to repent. And if they weren't, what if they showed up intent on causing you more pain? Then I suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free. This is not time, Morgana, for the tough questions, alright? We have a job to do. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there, with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know, but I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished? She's here, I'm certain of it. Lost, somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her. I see. Well, not sure how much this means coming from me, but I hope you see her again. I will, and thank you. I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although, I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you spent several hundred years with. Just attached. Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself. Can only hope. It all comes back to a semi-love triangle. An affection triangle. Let's say an affection triangle. The house in Fata Morgana. Love triangles everywhere. The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiards balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door, or perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching toward us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man. Morgana. Your face. It healed. It did. It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you? Yes, it was him. Well, I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor. You lost that qualification when you... Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I'd still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish. Even if it means being cursed for all eternity. I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it for me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing. Huh? So you're cutting ties completely? Damn. Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago. I know. Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore. I bet. I'm going to release your soul now. Could you hold off on that for a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate, or even accept, but if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it, anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana? Fine. The girl with the white hair. My wife? Michelle? Whatever. Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what I had always been missing from my life. That I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you, ingrained on my soul. You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite, even if you held a knife to her throat. You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know, but could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask. I can't do it. I should. I know I should. That it would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now. Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him? Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that. Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next lives? that maybe you two could try again? No. No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever. Then, if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once? I suppose. But my salvation, Mikhail, I said Michael, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching, to the very end. It may have been an illusion, constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. Biggest reason, however, seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them. Nonetheless, it is unfair of me to wish you'd shown him that smile instead, Morgana. Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house? Huge. Wait, it's gonna make me pick something? Oh shit. That would, I don't, there's one more stop, surely. There's still one more soul that needs releasing. Be my guide. It's like the most inconsequential characters. And like, still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall where the landscape painting hangs. Oh, it's the painting person, of course. Of course. The last time we saw the painting person, they had like a glitch effect going on. Who knows what the fuck was happening to the painting person? You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. George. Oh shit. Of course. It's George's. Georgie. George. Hey, Mikhail. Hello. How'd you figure out it was me? Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first. It's not every day your big bro winds up as a painting, huh? It came as quite the surprise when I finally made the connection. I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers? I assumed you knew. Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you got there, Mikhail. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? Alright, let's be honest. Is this reveal a surprise to people? I guess I just wasn't even thinking about it. I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest. I forgot about the painting person for a while. I forgot that we were gonna come back and help the painting person. I mean, it makes sense now in my head where I'm like, oh. Like, we gotta... That never got resolved. And I guess maybe if I remembered the painting person, then I would have been like, when we had the whole explanation of Mikhail's like background, then I would have been like, oh, painting, painter, artist, maybe. But the painting person was so out of sight, out of mind for me for a long stretch there. Anyway, oh, hello there. Quite the companion you got there, Mikhail. So what brings you to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear. Forever. Oh, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them. Ah, now that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. Time out the hoo-ha, and nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into. Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting? That she was. Just tossed her right on in without even asking. Why would you get rid of the key to my room? I had no use for it. Being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. Couldn't stand it. Huh. Sure glad she only tossed the key, though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. Did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there. So she ignored him for hundreds of years? I understand now what you meant, Mikkel. When you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here because it's a place deeply bound to your soul. I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here. Here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Mikkel. George. Would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once, besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. You didn't mean to hurt me. Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she'd sent it off to you, didn't really think anything of it. Never even crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone, what kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind of your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Mikkel, not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope of a brother, or for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's it matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be. I'm really sorry, bro. It's okay. George, I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, George. And while I didn't get that chance in my life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form. But knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, warms my heart. What? What on earth was that? Me trying my damnedest not to burst into tears. I don't think it worked very well, though. Does the canvas look wet? Could you feel it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feel enough for any brotherly love? Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George that I always knew. Change ain't really my thing after all. Suppose it isn't. This doesn't sit right with me. What? Why not? You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Kel. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me. I've moved past that, though. Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him. It's absurd. Do what? Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting. But I'm not angry. Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Mikkel. George? Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away. Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with. Just use your finger and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for? He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he? He more than deserves it, Mikkel. Bring it on, Mikkel. This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you. Whoa. Huge. Oh my. Now that is downright ghastly. What? You might actually have potential, Mikkel. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from you. 4 of them at that. And a demonic being alongside them. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Mikkel. That's not what I drew at all. What? Then what is it? It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leave. Oh, I can come too? Well, might need a little help with that, Mikkel. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents. That's alright. I'll carry you. Careful taking me off my hook. It's so strange. It's so strange, so bizarre. By all means, feel free to drop him, Mikkel. my brother, the painting now. Everything is normal. So, what... Could I have chosen the other option and just not have gone and gotten that explanation in that whole bit? Like, could I have just left George there the whole time? Not seen that? Or would I have gotten a game over? Strange. I'm very curious. I must say, that is a rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turn painting being hauled down a spooky hall by his little bro. George. It does make me wonder, though. Are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michael. We are brothers, right, George? Whoa, whoa, don't you start questioning it too, Mikkel. We are absolutely, positively 100% brothers. She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike. No shocking family plot twist here. I've known you since you were a baby, Mikkel. Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, George, not me. You're not gonna let go of this, are you? I'm just playing with you. Just sharing some jests with my brother. Oh my god, you just laughed. I was gonna say, is that the first time we've had Mikkel laugh? Yes? What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending? It's not that big of a deal. I laugh just like everyone else. No, you most certainly do not. Nope, you definitely don't. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favorite witch too? What the hell is going on with this? we've crossed into like just like somewhat unserious like oh, this is good. No, it's good. It's good. This is good. And no cackling. That doesn't count. Excuse me? Why would you want me to? Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on. Give me a big ol' grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Mikkel. What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Mikkel, can't ya? Show him those pearly whites, girly. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Mikkel, but only him. Excuse me? Was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that. Look at you all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. George, try not to tease her too much. I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it a somber and uptight affair. I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up. She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I? Anyway, shall we be off now? That we shall. The witch and her band of merry men departs. I'm not sure if one person and a talking painting constitutes a band. Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness, and then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. The A large door stands there, firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But the time is almost at an end, the door ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew. Being in a painting for all these years, I never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure, exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world. Mikhail, would you mind shutting him up? If only it were that simple. Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. The comic relief is... That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware of where we are right now? The entrance, by the looks of things? Precisely. The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity, if you would. I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana? This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed. Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we. And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on, and so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end. Well said, Mikhail. If I had feet, you'd just sweep me right off them. George, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall. You gotta just, like, take the painting and, like, frisbee it. Just frisbee him into the forest. Now, let's not do anything hasty. Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide. So let's go then, shall we? Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair, but thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interactions bring me back to when I was alive, to when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the times we had together, of the admiration I had for them, of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days. I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we've long sought. I take in a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds. Burn the witch. What? Crucify the impure. We take one step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but churning blackness and the stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon the cross, purified by the fires of heaven. Death. What's going on? I never summoned this thing. Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare half dumbfounded at the night. It is our holy duty, as knights of the church, to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The night draws nearer and nearer, its movement sluggish but constant. Didier? Wait, for real? Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch, coming from the delirious, vengeful phantom's mouth, proves far more distressful for Morgana than me. Whoa, hold on. What's D doing here? Please, come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution. No, I'm not a witch. The night is partially occluded by the dark, writhing miasma enveloping him, but he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life. and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier? This is not how I had hoped our reunion would go, Didier. Why, after so very long, is this how the three of us find each other again? Images flashed through my mind. The day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised me he would one day meet again, them each giving me a hug before I climbed into the carriage. First Didier, then Georges. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch. Well, look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockheaded brother, huh? Georges. Before you get any bright ideas, Mikhail, it's not your fault for our long-awaited family reunion didn't quite go as planned. Just like me, D cursed himself. Only it seems his was a whole lot more powerful. God, I really didn't pay a lick of attention to either of you, did I? The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty. Hey, D, are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap into your plate. Keeping up the family name, taking care of Mom, just about everything I could leave to you, I did. I must uphold the honor of the family name. And then, when it was all over, I blamed you for killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything, that you were stronger than anyone. Crucify the witch. I'm sorry, D. Burn the witch. He continues his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. It's impossible to tell if George's words are getting through to him. Stop, Didier, please. And my words don't seem to be either. Didier? He's closing in on us, and we're running out of space to retreat. All right, D, that's how it's got to be. But just this once, okay? The knight takes another heavy, merciless step towards us. The exit's right there, but we're backed up against the wall. The end was almost within our grasp, yet it seems so hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier! The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. Death! But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting leaps into the air. I'm really sorry. You got stuck with a pair of dolts or brothers. George! The painting sacrifice? The next second, my eldest brother's blade pierces George's. George! George! Georgie's. His form wavers momentarily before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind. Don't worry about me, Mikhail. I got my share of redemption already. Oh, see, maybe that's where I would have gotten a game over then. If I didn't go and get George painting version, and then George sacrificed himself, would I have gotten game over then, and then I have to gone back? I'm gonna have to look this up after stream. I'm very curious if that's how that would have gone. I know we can be a bit of a pain, but do for D what you did for me, would ya? Now go on, call out to him. Suck in a big old breath and call out to our brother with everything you got. George! It is my duty to punish the impure. To uphold the Bollinger name. Didier! Despite having already stabbed George, the knight continues his march, blade pointed straight at me. I clench my teeth and glare at my eldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go any longer. It is my duty, as the eldest son. You deserve to be freed from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world. Didier! I shout his name with every ounce of air in my lungs. His eyes go wide, and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. And piercing my gut instead. Didier, it's okay. You can let it go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Didier! I reach a hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts. I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air toward him. He's my brother. I have to do whatever I can for him. Free him. Bring him back. Didier, there's nothing here. In need of your judgment. With shaking fingers, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on with what vigor remains, and give another shout. Look me in the eyes, Didier, please. Hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come to your senses, then George's sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free. For all three of us to be free of the curses we placed on ourselves. Didier, please. I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so I blink hard several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier? I see his face, twisted in anguish. Mikhail. Didier? Oh, thank goodness. You heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Mikhail? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistake once more. Didier? I caused you harm. Tempted to take your life. It's alright, Didier. Mikhail, release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name or uphold the order's standards. You can do it as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Mikhail, punish me. Didier, cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Mikhail. I implore you. Didier, I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Mikhail, you were crying, weren't you? Weeping for me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Mikhail, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life. As Bollinger's firstborn, you were obligated to protect the family's honor. And as a knight of the church, you were tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice. I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you, no resentment for the decisions you were forced to make, and I certainly don't curse you. Let's just forget it all. It's long over and done. Still, it was a mistake I never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There's no honor in that. Didier, I put protecting the family name above protecting my actual family. You trusted me. You believed in me to the very end, and I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You were never unclean. You're my brother. Your family. And I robbed you of your life. There's no one in this world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the Bollinger's firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels won't make you any less the brother I always loved. I'm honored to have been born into the same family as you. Mikhail, there's something I never had the chance to tell you, Didier. All my life, I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do, even now. If there's a next life awaiting us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Would you mind if I wished for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you'll allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Kel, my dear little brother. Oh man. Upon those words, Didier's phantom begins fading away. A white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulating particles of light rises up around him, and before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of the tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I've ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return, but if I were to guess, I'd say it probably looks rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it convincing. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile. Not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, George. Right now, in this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a Bollinger. All I have is great pride, so I pray that one day, be it 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited. I've got a number of things going through my mind right now, Morgana. I'm just not sure how to put any of it into words. Don't worry, those words say everything. You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise. No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for our reunion. Oh, that painting. It didn't have to get itself destroyed. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith. And as you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm going to need a little help getting back up. Remember, my abdomen was stabbed? After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extends her fleshless hand. I clasp the bones, and with her aid, pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do. There's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs will give out if I so much as give them the chance. Leaning on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance. You're not going to disappear, are you? Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear. Alright. Let's open the door. Together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew. Brighter. I take a deep breath. Look up at the door. My eyes on the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. Squeaky? May the world that awaits us be filled with light. No way this is the end. There's no way. Immersed in near blinding light. I was so ready when the music kicked in. I thought credits were gonna start rolling. I was so ready to be like, what? We press onward. It's white in all directions, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of direction doesn't seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right, now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color, but white, the color, fills this plane. It's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we? Yes, this is how it is meant to be. You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realize. Not only did you free 3 trapped souls, but also saved your brother. I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I doubt I would have made it this far. I would have shattered yet again, till nothing was left. And Giselle gave you that strength? She did. So what? You're going to wait here for her? I am. In that condition, I won't let myself disappear before she's made it back. Whoops, I hit a button on accident. Go away. Okay, I can just... I was scared, I thought I... Not the quick menu. I won't let myself disappear before she's made it back. Okay, we didn't miss a line. Sorry, I was thinking of a joke and then I couldn't think of it. Okay, do you so instead of trying to force a joke about the quick menu, I'm just gonna move on. There was a long pause. My brain was processing a joke and trying really hard to think of a punchline. Couldn't do it. Sorry about that. Morgana, during this moment of all times, man, I'm a terrible reader. Oh, the music though. It's got some layered vocal things going on now. Anyway, Morgana says, do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how if a soul is damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence? Never to return in any shape or form? If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you. You'll be erased. Forever. Don't worry. I won't let that happen. You push yourself too hard, Mikkel. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. Though I suppose about half of that would be my doing. You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you. I read that weird, without you. What? I mean it. If you say so. Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt too. I suppose so. Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying there's far less pain in it for you. This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask you something? If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body? That's what I've always wanted, so yes, I would. In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again? Absolutely, I do. And what if you could only have one or the other? Okay, tough question, McGee over here. Which would you choose? Do you even need to ask? No, suppose not. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary, powerless soul now, so my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway. For what? Not telling. Got his ass. Well, I'll be off then. Alright. I didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with parting words. You can say whatever you like. First thing that comes to mind is fine. Okay, then I'll say to you the same thing I said to them. Farewell, Mikkel, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, indeed. If, however, if by some infinitesimally low chance we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend, Morgana? Absolutely. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not a nice person, you know. Nothing like the white-haired girl. Sure to be off-putting and rude. To cause you much grief and pain. Don't worry. I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. So let's meet up in our next lives and become good friends. Not good friends and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends, understood? Understood. I'm rather looking forward to it. Now, this is goodbye for real, so I suppose I'll part with some uncharacteristic honesty. Glad to have had you in my life, Mikkel, and thank you for everything. Morgana, farewell, till our souls cross paths once more. It's so quiet, so unbelievably desolate. Giselle, you endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here for as long as I must. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. I saved Morgana. And all the other souls trapped there. Couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face. To hear your voice, feel your warmth. Tell you how much I love your smile. Where are you, Giselle? I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back, and I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize, as I grow weaker, that the will of one man is nothing in the face of the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. Giselle, please. This game wouldn't end and her just never make an appearance again. I refuse to believe. I can see right through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. With how this looks like it's shaping up, this makes a lot of sense as like an ending. Everyone is at peace, but everyone just moves on. Like, everyone has died or re-died or been brought back but then died. Like, this makes a lot of sense for like an ending if this is to be how it like ends. Like, everyone is at peace. It's the best you could hope for. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. Where are you, Giselle? Am I making it through to you, even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear till you've returned. Giselle, come back and put this man out of this grief. Allow me to be happy in my final moments. Giselle. I just keep saying inside my head, there's no way this game would not, like, show that she came back for even, like, a moment. Like, there's no way. There's no way. That'd be so sad. That'd be so upsetting. Miguel? She's back. Oh. Oh. Finally. I finally found you. Sorry it took so long. Don't worry, Miguel. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you, no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. I wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Miguel. A ray of light reached deep into the darkness, all the way down to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I've ever seen. So much so I couldn't hold back my tears. You fought so very hard. You broke the mansion's curse, released it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong, immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Miguel? Sorry for keeping you waiting so long, for letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return back to our rightful places. So please, Miguel, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul's flame be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I have that someday. As long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you to not disappear on me. Kel? Kel? I believe in you, Mikael. I believe you're still there. That you're still holding on. So I ask that one day, you'll come and take my hand again. Ah! Ah! Ah, mi corazón. Mikael Bollinger, Age of Death 27. Oh, this game is doing this to me. Giselle, Age of Death 21. Fuck, dude. Morgana, Age of Death 16. Jacopo Berzotti, Age of Death 26 and 67. Yukimasa Aida, the Swordsman, Age of Death 25. Mel Rhodes, Age of Death 1724. Maria Campanella, Age of Death 24. Pauline Asama, Age of Death 22. Fuck, dude! Fuck! Nellie Rhodes, Age of Death 14 and 18. Didier Bollinger, Age of Death 37. George Bollinger, Age of Death 42. I already started reading out these, so I might as well continue, even though it's maybe not necessary. What is this? Flaxen haired boy? Oh, it's not over? Hello, anybody in there? Class is about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window. Oh, right, just a second. You've been doing that a lot lately, just staring out the window. You watching for something or just spacing out? There's this girl who's usually out there around this time every day. Right over there. See her? Ah, that one. Looks like she goes to the junior high a few streets down. That's what I thought. But look at her hair. That flaxen color. It's almost the exact same color as mine. Can't get her out of my mind. Oh, really? If you're that interested, why not go have a chat sometime? I don't know. Wouldn't even know where to begin. Obviously, gotta go with the old classic. Hey, baby, wanna get some ice cream and hang out? That sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up. You're lying to yourself, man. No, I don't know, like, I'm curious. That's all. And I'm curious what makes your head work, because it sure ain't what everyone else's runs on. Now get moving. It's almost time for class. Wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is. Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop? I did. And I hear their mint is super good too. Now I want to try it. What do you say? Wanna go check it out? Let's go. Get some of that mint with a big pile of chocolate chips on top. Oh, I know. I'll get a double scoop. That sounds amazing. Gonna get a double too. Bet the line's gonna be crazy. Better get going or... Uh, What is it? There's a cute boy who goes to that school there, and I think we just locked eyes for a second. Oh? What's he look like? A prince? A prince? Seriously? Don't you be making fun of princes now? You're not 9, you're 14, and you still haven't grown out of your fairy tale phase? Like, oh my god. Just you wait. One of these days I'll meet a real prince, and then you won't be laughing anymore. Like you'd ever be able to get a real prince's attention. Hey, that's not very nice. Jerk, blockhead, meanie. Come on, let's get going. Oh, fine. Show you one day. That is my prince. Huh? We couldn't be luckier to have a talented engineer like yourself assigned to our branch. You give me too much credit, sir. You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record. You come highly recommended from HQ. Got high hopes for you. The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me. What you call a mistake is what we generally refer to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you. I'm far, far from perfect. You Japanese really are a humble lot, aren't you? What is it? I thought I'd wait. Did I mixed up the black-haired man is whatever. I mixed up the slight different voice that I was doing. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I thought I just saw a woman I recognized. We get a lot of tourists from your parts of the world around here. She's not Japanese. No, I must have been imagining it. This is my first time in France, after all. This is kind of cute. We get to see like their next lives kind of thing way later. Well, look at this thing. You see, like straight up, there's a metro sign. Like weird stop sign look things. Cars, people, streets. Black-haired woman says, the art museum. Shopping. How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art? We were there all day yesterday, and you agreed before we left today. Would be a shopping day. That was before I realized just how big it was, just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day is enough to see it all. A whole day of my vacation bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat the stuff, so what good is it anyway? Please. How about this? Go to a different museum. Just no art this time. Oh, what kind of museum if you don't want to look at art? A torture museum. I think I hate you. Lighten up. Tell me you don't want to see centuries of torture devices from all around the world? Absolutely not. Then we stick to the plan and go shopping. Oh, have it your way. You didn't have to be so... Watch out, behind you. What? Ah! God damn, that hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Wavy-haired man. Learn to watch where you're walking, why don't you? And if you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go find a cafe somewhere out of the way. Well, excuse me. I apologized, didn't I? No need to be such a dickwad. Have you ever heard of talking, or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't just here to fool around. For the love of God. Hell, it's got your panties in a... And he's gone. I sure was something. Something is right. An insufferable asshole, more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker. Ha, 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 ha. That said, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. No, it's just your imagination. You there. Paper. Good lord. Stock market is a damn mess. What a nightmare. Tourists don't know how to shut up. French are a bunch of stuck-up snobs. The pizza's awful. Nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. The hell is this? An article about the human voice? Scientists are studying the effects certain frequencies in the human voice have on the brain. Keep this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my god. Save it for some paranormal science magazine. Back to the stocks page. Damn it. Dwayne got my hat. What is wrong with today? I believe this is yours? Yeah. Thank you. Pleasure's mine. Have a nice... hold on a second. Yes? First off, before I say anything, I'm not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Huh. Now, have we met before? We have, yes. When? And where? A long, long time ago. Much too long for you to remember. Excuse me? Our paths crossed in a mansion many, many years ago. Glad to see that you haven't changed a bit. I'm not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today. I am quite serious. One more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances? Acquaintances? We do, yes. Though I cannot say whether she is here or not. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I, too, am looking for someone. Have a good day, sir. Yeah, goodbye. There are memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years, they've grown gradually more distinct. And now, at the age of 21, I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad, so I've kept it to myself my whole life. I remember, many ages ago, there was a mansion. There, I met and lost someone dear to me. There, I waited for him to return. I remember all the centuries I spent waiting, and I remember he almost lost his soul trying to save me. I am, once again, waiting for him. I'm making my way to where that mansion once stood, a single red rose in hand. A rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, my love, a prayer that it might one day reach you. Roses make wonderful gifts, after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind, waiting for a man who exists only in my memories. A man who, in my 21 years of life, I've never once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter, because I know how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I will trust the memories burned into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or if he even will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life. And the one after that, if I have to. I'll always be waiting, no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100, another 1,000 years. So just promise you'll come back for me. Mikhail. This feels very much like a finale. No! Ah! I wasn't ready for it to end tonight. Ah. Damn. Well, shit, man. We did it. I mean, there's more Fata Morgana stuff, but we did, in theory, we finished the main story. You know, maybe not. Yeah, especially like this last stretch, the music, the tracks really did hit well. Um, it was interesting. I shouldn't have thought anything different was gonna kind of like be with this ending, if that makes sense. Like this all makes sense as far as how to end it. Thank you for playing all. I always love those. Wow, what a story. What a game. We keep seeing limited run. I think they helped at the time. This version of the game helped like publish this. Oh, don't worry. I'm never worried. No, that's not true. I'm always worrying. You don't have to wait any longer. What do you mean? Giselle. Oh, shit. Kel's speaking. Hold the presses. It's not over yet. Maybe. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Mikkel voice. Yeah, I didn't think we were actually going to finish tonight. I thought, timing-wise, I just assumed it was going to be, like, probably Friday. Nice. Dude, that hair is flowing. Both of theirs, but really, Mikkel's hair is just flowing. There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. I remember there once stood a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but they are events I should never have forgotten. Because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know. But I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to get to all that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle? Your smile is the light of my life. Oh, how romantic. How cute. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. Ending 8, Fata Morgana. I feel like I saw 2 technical endings. Where was everything else? Time to replay the games to figure out what else is going on. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I ask of thee, O Father. To bestow upon their souls thy blessing. Prologue. Ending list. Ending list. I mean... huh? I forget, is Prologue... a thing we already read? Or no, that's something else, isn't it? Prologue is something else, I would assume. I think... I'm gonna... I'm pretty sure it's something else. I'm thinking... A Requiem for Innocence. Okay, so... There's reincarnation, there's short stories. Okay, but those are still... So they... Clearly the next thing we do, it seems... Well... What is Prologue? You know what? We're still probably going to stream Friday night Fata Morgana. So we'll figure out what the prologue is then. And then I assume go... Well, depending on how long the prologue is. Then go... What is a Requiem for Innocence? Reincarnation short stories? Okay, so much like many visual novels here on this channel, even though we've rolled final credits, there's going to be still some streams. I feel good about finishing Fata Morgana now, but... And I feel good about calling this, like, the finale stream. But technically... I might try to do some research and try to see exactly what these are without spoiling. Like, from now until Friday night when we play more of this. But I assume these are just, like, extra bits. Whatever this is. Reincarnation short stories? I assume they're just extras. And you know me. I love me some good visual novel extras. I can't resist. So we'll start with probably prologue. I quick Google search. The prologue might not be super long, but it was almost maybe short enough where I was like contemplating just doing it now, but on the off chance that it does take forever, like more than what I'm quickly seeing, I don't want to get trapped tonight. I did it, and I'm happy with the end. I'm sad. Dude, yeah, I don't blame you. The ending is nice. The ending is nice. It's a satisfying ending. The game and story does such an excellent job of portraying just so much grief and sadness and heartbreak constantly in many different forms for so many characters. And for even some of the side characters getting like to, again, I kept putting the term like being able to be, you know, rest easy, fade out, and then that ending where it's like you see like a couple of the people, they're on their next lives basically, and they seem like they're gonna be on the path to happiness. You're kind of like, yup, it's nice, it feels good. You love to see it. So I'm with you there. I don't care how corny or expected it might have been. I liked it. Like I said, I think I said many streams ago where I was like, man, could you imagine if they didn't do like a happy ending type deal of some sort and it was just like grief, and then like sadness at the end, and it's like, well, so I didn't imagine that being the case. As interesting maybe that would have been, but no, that was really good. I'm glad I read this. Now, I don't want to, you know, judge too soon or whatever. I definitely think this belongs, at least in my personal rankings of anything visual novel adjacent, it's probably high up there. I don't know if I probably put it, no, I do know. I probably don't put this as like #1 visual novel like experience probably in my personal rankings going on in my head. Maybe sitting on it, maybe thinking in it, maybe years from now it'll rise up the ranks. I don't know. It's high up there though, but yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, I didn't expect to finish it tonight. I thought we were. But like I said, we'll do more Fata Morgana streams. I'm interested in seeing some of this other stuff. In the next couple of days, I'll look into exactly what the prologue is. Let me just see what happens when you quickly click prologue. We're not gonna read this. I'm just curious. I don't want to. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on Friday night when we stream. Yeah, and then we'll figure out. I'll also look into A Requiem for Innocence, Reincarnation, and short stories. I almost thought that when we were gonna finish, like these tabs are all gonna unlock, and then we'd have to like figure out which ones to do first. But it seems it's gonna gate them in an order of doing things. So, A Requiem for Innocence. Oh yeah, backdoor. By answering 3 questions, you can unlock every story in the game. What do you think the 3 questions are? I'm kind of like... What color rose did Mikhail give Giselle? What if you just answered incorrectly? Incorrect. They don't even... Okay, that's such a funny presentation. Because I kind of get it. But also, that's so funny that it's 2 choices. And then it's just incorrect. And then you're like, well, if you really want to, you can just retry, I assume. You can just no, you know what? It'd actually be really funny if you clicked into this and then it said, no, you've already tried. What other questions do you think it's going to ask? I'm very curious about this now. How many keys are necessary to enter the mansion's observation tower? 3. What is the name of the elixir said to be able to cure any disease? This is like the shittiest like AP test. I don't know if you ever had, or at least here in the States it was like a thing, at least when I was a kid. I don't even know if the kids are still doing it. Now they probably just get like AI to fucking some stupid whatever to read and summarize books for them. Kids don't even learn these days anymore, I'm pretty sure. I have teacher friends that literally say the kids are cooked in school these days. But this is like the shittiest AP tests. like, did you read Fata Morgana? We're gonna ask you 3 very basic questions, and you can retry if you miss. I'm gonna say it's witch's blood. Shit. I have taken them. I don't know how they are now. I bet you, without looking at it and without looking up, because I don't care too much, I would not be surprised if AP reading tests and stuff has just been done away with, either with an improved system or whatever, or just like I said, kids just do whatever now. They don't even. I've heard so many horror stories about kids in school these days. Having like friends that are teachers now in our adult years, yeah, hearing dire whatever. I don't need to start ranting about that. Yeah, Fata Morgana finale. I guess I should say, like I said, if you're watching the VODs of this, we won't be done. There'll be more Fata Morgana streams. Check back in a few days. There'll be more. I'm very curious to see prologue, and we'll read all of these. Obviously some of these will come after my trip and stuff, but at least on the VOD side, you probably won't notice a huge gap. But on the live side, obviously there will be a gap where I've gone for like a week or so. But since this is finale, I guess I should say, if you stuck through the VODs or watched the VODs on YouTube and went through this whole, I think this ends up being, what, 21 or 22 parts or something? I hope you enjoyed, whether it was your first experience with Fata Morgana with me, or your millionth time, and you decide to stick with me and my attempts at reading throughout this whole adventure. I hope I did it, as always, with any video game, but a lot of visual novels. I hope I did it justice. I hope I had I hope you had fun along with me through the serious moments and the very unserious moments. I'm never prepared to finish and do a finale on a weeknight. I gotta be honest. I'm not in the right headspace, but yeah, I very much enjoyed this, and it was a very fun. It was genuinely a very fun series to undertake. Fata Morgana, I said this I think at the start, but like it's definitely something I wanted to get to, and I was close to actually starting a while back on the channel, and then some things fell through, or scheduling or something. But yeah, this was really fun. Made me feel lots of things, both good and bad, for sure. For sure. But yeah, a good one to add to the list here. You can now talk about the series with your friend. Yeah, you're an expert now. You're officially an expert. We're all experts here. If you've experienced this with me, we're now experts in Fata Morgana. It's funny because I always think of like Fata Morgana like obviously slightly different than like a Higurashi and Umineko and all that, but like it's in that echelon of like the visual novels and then like characters and stuff that like always get like grouped around, I think in like fandom wise especially. So it's good to like fill that hole at least in for like me personally. I could find, again, meant to read this for some time. I honestly, this probably would have been read, what was it, last year or so, if Higurashi extra stuff didn't take like a whole nother year of my life on stream, honestly. This probably would have been done like a year ago, but we all know what happened with Higurashi, so, but yeah, yeah, I'm excited to, we'll be right back to seeing more of this extra stuff. I don't want to lose steam. I don't want to put it like too far on the back burner. And like I said, I want to still get through that because then we have the next thing after this, reading wise, basically. And I don't want to have like this long gap about that. So we'll be hitting this, like I said, Friday night. So in 3 days time, we'll check out this stuff and go from there. I should also be streaming tomorrow. Like I said, there's a chance I stream more in like the afternoon tomorrow. I do not plan on being at work tomorrow for reasons. So maybe a day stream tomorrow, but maybe a night stream. Who knows? And yeah, I look forward to seeing more and other stuff continuing. I started to mention this. If somehow, because this always happens with whenever I take on a different visual novel or whatever, there's a chance you just can't, like, especially if you stuck through this whole series to see the finale of this. If you just popped by my channel just for this game, thanks. Again, always hope you enjoy it. If you want to exit ramp out, that's totally cool and chill as well. I will, not like I usually do anything like this, but always back catalog on my channel. Many visual novels have been now undertaken by me that you can now go back. If you don't want to, go through, like, watch too many series at once. Now that you've finished this technically, you go back, you can watch something else. Or, like I said, in the future, there will be visual novels. It's a genre that I tackle a lot here on this channel. Many video games, but many visual novels as well, if you want to go searching around. So just, if you want to hang around the channel, you can. I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe. I don't care. Hang around the channel if you want, or not. Like I said, exit ramp out. Be on your merry way. Go watch someone else tackle Fata Morgana. They'll probably be better than me, so it's fine. I think this is the first visual novel I caught live. It's been fun. Honestly, kudos to you. It's not it's not easy catching anything live, I think, especially Twitch and stuff. Like, I think I made it slightly easier because we made like a pretty defined schedule, but like I wouldn't even, I know I stream, so I even have less time to like watch streams. Like I barely watch anyone else stream at this point in my life, but like even if I wasn't, I don't know if I would be able to be dedicated enough to like catch things live. That's why I like the idea of VODs on YouTube, just because I can watch them at my own pace. But so I commend, applause to you. That's tough. That's not, it's not easy to do, to go along live with me. But I think the experience is fun too. I agree. The live experience, watching someone go through something is fun. It's obviously different than a VOD thing, but time allowing, I think being just even a slight part of the live part can be fun. I agree. Oh well. Time to rest my head on my pillow tonight and think about that ending. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around, live or VODs on YouTube. Any parts. Maybe if you just clicked into the finale, since this will be titled finale, if you just watched the finale video, that's cool too, I guess. You missed a lot, but it's cool. It's fine. Appreciate it. You have a nice night as well. Like I said, I'll be back on. I should be back on sometime tomorrow. I'll figure it out. It'll probably be like Xenoblade or Metal Gear, because those are really the only two things, other things kind of going on at the moment. So yeah, until then, have a good night. Take it easy. Stay safe, stay well. Have a good one. Find the Mikhail to your Giselle, or the Giselle to your Mikhail. I was trying to think of the corniest thing I could say. Alright, I'm out. Take it easy.